Peace. I'm out here getting attacked by mosquitoes, but I still have things to say. I want to remind you and just plant this little seed in your mind that was planted in me when I was very little in height. Because I'm still young in age. I'm always going to be young. I'm not going to have any, I don't have any age. That was said wrong. I don't have an age. But have been different heights. So when I was like really lower, that's when the seed was planted. And what was planted, the seed that was planted that I'm about to plant within you, is that people never forget. What is that? Whoa. I've never seen. Oh, yeah. It looks like it was super hairy. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a tiny little iguana blending in somewhere like right there. It's on a rock. It's on that rock right there. Right there, right there. It's right there. What's up, little guy? What's good? Wow, you have a big spike on your head. I love the yellow. It was the summer solstice. Yellow, the color yellow, is very prominent right now. Please. Oh, it went away. The color yellow is very significant. Look into the color yellow and its energy and its symbolism that it has. There goes a woodpecker with a red stripe on its head. Okay, back to the message. People never forget. You might forget. You might forget what you did. You might forget what you said. You might forget what actions you took, whatever it is. But people never forget. And this might be a little hard to kind of make sense of until you experience it, or until you think of something that you think of any moment that you remember of someone that did the most smallest insignificant thing, and you still remember what they said, you still remember what happened, um, you still remember what they did. And I'm saying this because not only is it wise for us to be mindful of our choices, mindful of our actions, mindful of how we're choosing to be in this character that we are, but also what goes hand in hand with that is that people never forget your actions or your words. It could be even the silliest thing that happened to you one time, and they remember. And so what goes hand in hand with that, if people remember smallest details about other people, it's mostly about other people. You remember things that someone else did. That also goes to show how significant your choice of being towards somebody is. Somebody will never forget the smile you gave them when all they had in their life was just sadness and frown and a shadow casting over them. And they'll never forget that moment that you smiled at them, or that you shared a beautiful word, a beautiful sentence, a beautiful compliment with them. That was the spark and the sun, the yellow brightness in their life that they knew they needed. People will never forget those acts of kindness. And on the other end, people will never forget if you kick them down when they were down. People will never forget how you treated them, how you spoke to them, how you may have belittled them. Or maybe, think about it. You maybe are still, which it could be Of course it is. It could be that I'm saying this because we're meant to release these things and not keep them trapped in our energetic bodies and our energetic beings. These things that other people say when they're not in direct consciousness of realizing that everything is a reflection, and when as we're hurting others, we're hurting ourselves even deeper. The wound is deeper within us. But I'm more than sure that you can think of moments right now where you haven't forgotten and you haven't let go of what somebody told you in a moment where you needed somebody to give you a hand and pick you up metaphorically or even actually physically, and they just chose to look at you, and you know that they sent an energy like, "Oh, this person," and then just kept walking away, or told you words that kept bringing you more down and more down. We never forget the choices that someone else will make. Are we meant to hold on to it? No. It's meant to pass. We're meant to let it drift away just as a boat would on the water. Just as the waves do in the ocean. They don't stay stuck. They don't stay holding on to a specific wave, uh, a specific place in the ocean. They just keep on flowing. They keep on flowing and going. And we're meant to do that. We're not meant to hold on to what he said, what she said, what they did, what they didn't do, what they could have done, what they should have. Because everything's playing its role either way. Everything is always playing its role. But to really emphasize on what I'm trying to express, our choices, they go a really long way. Especially, I mean, either way, everything's always connected. When we're making a choice for ourselves, we're making a choice for everything else as a collective also. It's not just about you. What you choose for you is what you're also choosing for others. And that's why what you choose for you to either say and express and give kindness, or what you choose for you to either bring someone down or make them feel worse or kick them when they're down. I already said that, but in those energies, you are making a choice as to also what you're going to allow to come back around to you. The karmic circle is always, the karmic wheel is always turning. And there's no good or bad to the karma. There's no good or bad to any of it. Any of it. It just is what it is, and we're planting different seeds. Whatever you want to plant in your garden, that's up to you. If you want to plant weeds, you can plant weeds. But you're going to get weeds, and you can't be mad about it. Which is, it kind of just also goes to something else where if you chose to make a decision and plant those weeds, and let's say you make this decision to plant these weeds for being unkind to someone else, for choosing not to help someone when you knew that they needed a hand, when you choose to bring someone down more instead of uplift them in this moment that they need this uplifting. And then you end up getting, and then the wheel turns and your garden starts to sprout, and then you start to see the weeds that you planted in that moment of unkindness and not coming from a place of self-love and love for everything else. You can't be mad when the karmic wheel turns and deals you that same energy that you planted, because that's what you planted in your garden of life. How are you going to be mad that, oh, this person told me this and this person, I needed some help and they said no to to uh, to go on my way. You can't be mad because that's what you planted in your own garden. It's very interesting how people, we, us human beings, we think that life is just, we think that life is just happening to us when that's not the case at all. We're the ones that are creating this life through our choices, through our actions, through how we're choosing to be for ourselves and be for others, which is the same thing. How we are for us is how we are for others. It's a direct reflection. Life is a direct reflection of what's going on in here and the choices that we're choosing to make. It's not the other way around. Life isn't just, or it is actually, it's a balance between both where life is happening and we're having the choice to make that we already made, but we're making these choices based on what it is that's coming into our lives, the happenings of life. But it's also a ripple effect. It's a ripple effect based on what we're choosing to do with what it is that's happening. Oops. Based on what it is that's happening in life. It's like the ripple comes to us and we make a choice and to make the ripple go back. And it's like we're constantly in a juggle with life. It's kind of like what Alan Watts says. It's like riding a bicycle. It's finding the balance between both. It's figuring out how to juggle two things at once and realizing that you are juggling. You are the juggler. Life is throwing balls at us and we have the choice. 1221. We have the choice to be the reflection of what is given to us and choose to juggle the balls or let them just keep hitting us. Yeah, I think that's a good example where a lot of times the small mind wants to think, oh, life is just attacking me with all these balls all the time. And the higher self knows that it's actually tossing you those balls so that you can juggle and just have fun. Realize that you're the one in control, and you're the one that can make the choice to keep getting to continue getting hit by these balls, or do something with them, play with them, throw them in the air and catch them, juggle with them, collect them and give them to someone else if they're missing their ball or if they want to play too. It's all a choice. It's all a choice that we're making consciously or making with our conscious mind a little bit dormant and asleep, like sleepy. 1345, 345. The choice is yours. The choice is ours. And just remember that nobody forgets those choices that we're making. And we can choose to use that to not to our benefit, but something that's going to benefit our heart, benefit our soul, benefit our being, to feel good that I made a choice to help this person out of my own heart, not expecting to receive anything back, just because you also understand the impact that is making within this other person. How it also helps other people not feel alone, and you might be that answer that someone's asking for. Someone could be stuck. I mean, I'm in the jungle, so I'll use that as an example. Someone might be stuck in the jungle somewhere. They could have I don't know, maybe they tripped over a rock and their shoelace is stuck under a tree. And you might be their prayer that they were asking, please send somebody to help me. I need help. I need help. And your choice to go over and help them, that doesn't cost you anything and actually gives you a great feeling in return. By you making that choice, you are someone's answered prayer. And how beautiful to feel that. To be someone's, to be this tool that the universe sent for someone calling on this help, for this call for help. And it was you that made the choice to listen, that made the choice to be there. That right there is a feeling that you can't buy anywhere. But you can give it whenever you want. I love this life. When you're choosing from this point of perception, from this point of beingness, to be there to serve wherever you can, and you knowing that it's serving you in a really deep way too. Oh my gosh, it just feels so good to be here physically, to be able to be this piece of existence in this life, to be able to help however you can, to be able to be that support system for someone, and knowing that you also receive it back, because those are the seeds that you have planted in your garden. And you live with this knowingness that if I ever need something, I know I'll have the help. I know I'll have the resources. And I promise you, you will. I promise you, I have so many stories where literally something happens and within 5 minutes, I already have everything fixed. I already have, like, it makes me think of too, like just something so simple and quick. My tire that popped one day, I had a nail in it and I just could not. It was totally flat from one moment to the next. I had someone right there exactly where my scooter was, who gave me air from her oxygen tank because she's a diver. Gave me air, but I only made it to the corner and I didn't have no more air again. And I was like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? And then here comes a guy walking his dog, literally within the same second, the same minute, and tells me, oh, my uncle, he lives right there at that second house that you see right there, and he's a mechanic. I'm going to call him over. Legit, within 5 minutes, I had a whole mechanic there fixing my scooter, my tire, exactly where it was. He had all the tools. He brought everything that was needed. And I was on my way, like, within 15 minutes. And it's because I know that I'm just always taken care of this way. Because I also know that I'm always there for whatever it is that Source may be needing me, for wherever Source may be needing me. And that's the beautiful thing about planting our own garden, planting our seeds consciously, and knowing that every seed that you're planting will never be forgotten. It'll never be forgotten. That's my gentle reminder to you and to me. Peace.